Our REST endpoint is ready, and you can see that on my browser I'm able to access that localhost 8080 slash jaxrs-training slash API slash contacts. Let me just click on this to refresh and see that we get the latest data. I can also type here /2 or any ID to get the individual data also. To present the data in a nice format, we generally create a UI application using some front-end frameworks like AngularJS or Angular, React, Vue.js, and there are plenty of them. Now here is a HTML file that I've created, which is a very simple AngularJS application. Don't worry about the actual coding itself, but if you can see here, I have a table that displays a heading, and I have a section here that's supposed to repeat for every contact object coming from my REST endpoint. The actual request to the REST endpoint is done over here, line number 12. As you can see, I've given the exact same path. And when I access the same thing in the browser, you can see that I don't see any data over here. So let me just refresh this once, and you can see that I don't have data. To understand what's happening, let's go to the developer console by pressing F12. And you can see on the console, I got an error message that says access to XML HTTP request, which means an AJAX call, to this particular URL from origin 127.0.0.1, which is nothing but localhost. So you can see here also it is localhost, here also it is localhost, but the port number is 5500. So the client is running in a port number 5500, whereas here the server is running in 8080. So the combination of the scheme or protocol, which is HTTP, the IP address, which is nothing but localhost in this case, as well as the port number must be identical in order for AJAX to work. In case if any of the scheme or location or the port are different, in our case the port is different, it's considered as a cross origin, which means a website that has come from one origin is trying to access data from another website. Now this is actually called CORS or cross origin resource sharing, and browsers like Chrome follow this strictly, and they say that it has been blocked by CORS policy. No access control allow origin header is present. Basically what Chrome is trying to do is it's trying to navigate this particular URL and expecting the response to contain a header called access control allow origin, which is not available. So as long as that is not there, we will not be able to access that. Now if you see here on the browser, I'm accessing directly this. That means it's called as the same origin. So here this is called as a cross origin, the other one is the same origin. Now the only way to solve this is that in our REST endpoint, we have to ensure that when we make a request to this URL, we also send in a HTTP response header. There are a couple of these headers. One is called access control allow origin. The second one is access control allow headers. The third is access control allow methods, which is nothing but what are the HTTP methods that are allowed. So to solve this problem, let's go back to our Eclipse. And in Eclipse, I'm going to create a new filter, which is a servlet filter, which can filter or intercept all the requests that come to our Jersey, and then add additional headers so that clients from other origin also can access our URLs. So let's right click on one of the package here and then say new filter and give the name of the class as CORS filter, and change the package also to filters. There is no need to specify any superclass. However, the class CORS filter automatically implements an interface called filter. So let's click the next. And we also have to specify what actually it has to intercept. Either we can give the name of a servlet or probably we can give a URL pattern. So here is the URL pattern. So I can double click this and then say it has to intercept anything that says /API/contacts. If you want, you can also say /star, or even you can say /API/star. Let's do that and then say OK. Click on next, and this is the interface that must be implemented by any filter. Let's click on finish, and here we got a CORS filter class that implements filter. Let's get rid of all the unnecessary code here. So I don't want the default constructor, although it's a good practice. I don't need these additional comments, and we'll also get rid of the to do in each of the functions. So this is our bare bone filter class. and our code is supposed to be written over here, and you can see we get a request which is in the form of servlet request, and then we have a servlet response. This is the one that we want to modify, and there is something called filter chain. The job of this is only to pass the control to the next available filter or the intended servlet. So we now have to modify the headers of this, or in other words, we have to add additional headers to this. But this is a generic servlet response, it's not HTTP. But we know that we are working in a web application. This is always going to be an HTTP servlet response. We have to do something called downcasting. Let's do that by typing HTTP servlet response, and we create a variable called resp equals to response. So we are supposed to forcefully cast a response which is of a super type to a subtype variable. Now once this is done, we just have to add headers by typing resp.add header and then the header name. The first one is access-control-allow-origin. We saw this in the browser. And the value can be a bunch of whitelist IP addresses separated using comma, or if you want to allow everybody, you can just say here star. And the same thing I have to copy and paste a couple of times. The second one is going to be allow headers. What are the allowed headers? Let's add all of them. And one more is allow methods. For example, you don't want user to make a post request, but get is allowed. So then you can give a comma separated list of allowed methods. Right now I want to allow all the methods. That is okay. Save this. Now notice that we created a class here, but an entry for this has been made in our web.xml. So if I open src, main, web app, webinf, web.xml, you can see that there is a filter entry created for our class called CorsFilter. And currently it is intercepting anything that says /API/star. Instead of the URL pattern, you can also say that I want to intercept a servlet whose name is Jersey, but this is okay. Let's right click our project, run as run on server. So we're basically redeploying it. And now if I go back to the browser, refresh the URL here, you see that we got the output, there is no problem. And also if I go here and then reload, you should now see that we have actually the data and not errors. Because now if you look at the network tab, let's just go to the XHR here. We made a request to the /API/contacts. And if you see the response header, the headers that we added over here are available. So this is the reason why we are now able to access, even if we are accessing it from a different port number. Not only different port number, even if you access this from a different IP address, you should still be able to access the same thing.